Assalamu alaikum everybody. Our lesson today is talking about adding and subtracting decimals. How to add and subtract decimals, guys, exactly like adding and subtracting whole numbers. Nothing different. Okay, so let's take one example, or let's know how what do we need to do, what do we need to learn in this video. Firstly, we have to know how to add the decimals, and secondly, how to subtract the decimals, and after that, how to apply adding and subtracting decimals to problem solving or to solve problems. So firstly, let's take one example. Let's know how to add and subtract decimals. As I said to you, that adding and subtracting decimals are similar to adding and subtracting whole numbers using the same way exactly. So if I want to add and subtract decimals, guys, I have to follow those steps. So the first step, or the first rule here, of course, line up the decimals. Then after that, find the missing place with 0, or fill the missing place with zeros when you need that. If you need that, I show you now what is the meaning of this step. After that, add or subtract, like adding and subtracting whole numbers. Then regroup when you need. Okay. After that, place the decimal point at the same place down. So that's also important. Don't forget to place the decimal point at the same place down, guys. So let's take one example to show how to use those steps to add and subtract decimals. First, if I said add those two decimals, 1.45 and 0.37, how to add them? As I said, let's follow the rules, or let's follow the steps. Firstly, I'm going to line up the decimals. Okay, so let's line up those decimal numbers, like 1.45, 1 is in the ones place, and put the decimal point, and 4 tenths and 5 hundredths. After that, put 0.37 exactly under that number, ones under ones, tenths under tenths, hundredths under hundredths, and so on. Let's put it like that exactly. After that, guys, I'll add easily. So 5 plus 7 is going to be 12. So put 2, and yes, 5 plus 7 is going to be 2. Then carry up 1. 5 plus 7 is going to be 12. Just put 2 down and carry up 1. Then after that, 1 plus 4 is going to be 5. Then 5 plus 3 is going to be 8. Then 1 plus 0 is going to be 1. And at the end, don't forget to put the decimal point at the same place down. Yes, so the answer of adding 1.45 and 0.37 will be 1.82 hundredths. Okay, the next question, or let's take one more example. Also add 4.32 and 1.7. What will I do first, guys? As I said, let's line up the numbers first. So let's line up the numbers, which is 4.32 and 1.7 down. But as I said, guys, fill the missing numbers by zeros. Okay, fill the missing places by zeros here. So for 1.7, there is no hundredths, so I can put 0. If you put 0, as I said to you before, the value of the number doesn't change. So what did I put here? I just put 0 for 1.7 to be 1.70. Of course, the value of 1.7 is still same, doesn't change. After that, I can add easily. So 2 plus 0 is going to be 2. 3 plus 7 is going to be 10. 0 and carry up 1. And 1 plus 4 is going to be 5. Then plus 1 will be 6. And at the end, don't forget to put the decimal point at the same place down. So the answer will be 6.02, or I can read it as 6 and 2 hundredths. Okay, let's take more examples for subtracting now. Let's subtract those two decimals, which is 5.56 and 0.41. How to subtract decimals? As I said, exactly like subtracting whole numbers. So firstly, let's line up the numbers. Okay, line up the decimals, or line up the decimal numbers. Put ones under ones, put tenths under tenths, put the decimal point under decimal point. That's so important. Then put hundredths under hundredths. So let's line up the numbers like which is shown here. Then after that, guys, I'm gonna subtract, then regroup if you need. So 6 minus 1 is gonna be 5. 5 minus 4 is gonna be 1. Then 5 minus 0 is gonna be 5. Then don't forget to put the decimal point at the same place down. So the answer will be 5.15. For example, subtract 8.76 minus 0.9. As I said to you before, yes, let's fill the missing places by zeros. So I think here 0.9 needs 0, because if you look at the first number, which is 8.76, there are 2 digits on the right of the decimal point, and for 0.9 only there is 1 digit, which is 9. So you need to add extra 0 for 0.9 to be 0.90. So firstly, let's follow the steps. Firstly, line up the numbers. Then, as I said, fill in with zeros. You can add extra 0 for 0.9 to be 0.90. After that, I can subtract easily. 6 minus 0 exactly will be 6. Then 7 minus 9, I don't need someone to say 2, because 7 is less than 9. Okay, and I can subtract a small number I can subtract a big number from a small number. So 7 minus 9, guys, cannot be. If 7 minus 9 cannot be, what will I do now? Yes, I'll borrow 1 from 8. So I'll take here 1 from 8. So 8 is gonna be 7. Okay, and the one that you took it from 8, yes, I'll give it to 7, but that one means 10 here, so 7 will be 17. Okay, then after that, 17 minus 9 is gonna be 8. Then 7 minus 0 is gonna be 7. Then at the end, don't forget to put the decimal point at the same place down. So the answer will be 7.86. Okay, what about those questions which are in the book? Using the same idea, explain how to use grids to find difference between the monthly cost of using the DVD player and the dishwasher, then find the difference. Here, guys, you know, of course, that the meaning of the difference here is minus, of course. So what is the difference, or find the difference is a keyword for subtracting, for minus. So I'm going to subtract them. From that table, he said for DVD player and dishwasher. For DVD player is 0.40 and dishwasher is 0.85. Only I'm subtract them. So I subtract DVD player and dishwasher because it said only here the difference. And as I said, the difference is a keyword for subtracting. So how to subtract those two numbers? As I said, let's line up the numbers up of each other using the vertical way. Then subtract easily. 5 minus 0 is gonna be 5. 8 minus 4 is gonna be 4. Then 0 minus 0 is gonna be 0. Then put the decimal point at the same place down. Question 2. Yes, from question 2 to 7, use the same way, guys. Line up the numbers, then put 0 if you need, then subtract and add, and regroup also when you need. Okay, so question 2, the answer of question number 2 will be 1.82. Question 3 will be 1.3. It can be written as 1.30 because you will get, if you add them, you'll get 1.30. But as I said, that 1.30 is equivalent to 1.3, so we can write it as 1.3. If someone wrote it as 1.30 also, it can be correct. Question 4 will be 3.95. Question 5 will be 0.69. Question 6 will be 0.04, which is 400th. Question 7 will be 3.88, and that's our lesson today. I think our lesson is so easy. So again, guys, let's remember what will you do, or let's remember the steps of adding and subtracting decimals, exactly like adding and subtracting whole numbers. Firstly, line up the numbers and put the decimal point under the decimal point. That is so important here, guys. Okay, so firstly, line up the decimal numbers, then put zeros if you need, then add and subtract with regrouping if you need, and that's our lesson today. Thank you so much.